My fellow people with depression know better than anyone else that there is societal pressure to always be happy, always be good vibes. And there is this conditioning that if you are not happy and you are not good vibes, then there is something wrong, that you are broken. There is this conditioning that unpleasant emotions are bad emotions. And for most of my life, that would cause me to spiral. Every time I had a depressive episode, I would spiral because I would feel helpless, hopeless. I would feel broken. I would feel like there's something wrong with me. I would feel like I'm a bother to the people around me. The people around me would often say, it's all in your head, do this, do that. And more than anything, they wanted me to get over my emotions. Even if it was somebody who was trying to help me, who was giving me space, who was supportive, they were coming from an angle of wanting me to help me to get over, to overcome my negative emotions. And a few years ago, when I began working with my patron deity, I think it was him who really brought this perspective to me because that's when it shifted that there is nothing wrong with negative emotions. And in fact, negative emotions are not only natural, they are a part of the forces of nature. They are a part of life. They are natural. They are to be honored. They harbor deep wisdom. They harbor so much wisdom. You can learn so much from negative emotions. And since this perspective has shifted for me, since I have seen it as less of, oh, this is something I'm never going to get over. I'm always going to be broken. I'm always going to be messed up. There's never going to be a time where I'm always happy because that's an illusion. That's not reality isn't doesn't work that way. It's not natural for us to be happy all the time. It's not natural for us to have be in ease, emotional ease all of the time. It's not natural. There is so much to be learned and to be felt and to be experienced in negative emotions if we allow them. Okay. And ever since I shifted my perspective, those times are less about feeling hopeless, broken, stuck. There's obviously still times when I feel that way because it's a journey. Conditioning is deeply unconsciously rooted. So even when you start consciously working with it, there's always going to be times where you feel that way. And it's just like, bringing yourself back, reminding yourself this is just conditioning. The nature of reality is actually different. This is just societal conditioning. It does not reflect my true values. It does not reflect what is in alignment with me, right? But shifting that perspective shifts your entire reality from one where you are broken, you are a nuisance, you are avoiding negative emotions, to one where you allow the negative emotions to come in and to show you what they need to show you, and you allow yourself to work with them. You allow yourself to be curious. You allow yourself to release shame. And that's a big thing that takes a lot of time and hard work to undo shame. That could be a whole video in itself. You allow them to come in to teach you something, to be curious. And that shifts your entire reality and also makes the experience cathartic and rewarding rather than deeply uncomfortable, hopeless, a void of nothingness, of nothing will ever get better. There are always going to be people who expect the people around them to remain in good vibes, to be toxically positive, to pretend they don't have negative emotions, to pretend everything's okay, to always be on, always be good vibes. There's always going to be people like that. However, shifting my perspective has changed it from one where this is a great source of shame and hopelessness for me to I feel kind of bad for them because once you actually start allowing your negative emotions and being curious about them and honoring them, you start to see that it's actually the people who are toxically positive who are suffering the most. Because the amount of cathartic release you get from honoring negative emotions, you really just start to feel bad for people who don't. Anyway, I just wanted to say this for anyone who has experienced this themselves or who may not have had the perspective that negative emotions are to be honored and can be honored.